guys realize how good Freaks and Geeks was when you were making it?
Yeah, we did realize how good Freaks and Geeks was when we were making it, and I was shocked when it was canceled. I was really surprised. I thought it was charming, and it absolutely captured that era. I thought it was adorable, and I thought the actors were great, and yeah, but once again, there's so many shows that have gone off the air that were good. You know, it's just a matter of the men in the suits. You had a question? Somebody else had a question right here?
You said your daughter acted alongside you?
Daughter? No, I don't have kids.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, I've played moms.
Right, okay.
Yeah, I've played a lot of, yeah, they cast kids to play my, I actually was so mature and I looked so old when I was 19. I was cast in a series with Hal Linden and Harry Morgan. They were from Barney Miller, and one was from MASH. And I did a series about magic called Black's Magic for NBC. And I was 19 years old when I got that job, and the kids, they were playing my kids, were 9 and 11. I didn't want to bring it up at the time, but I thought, wow, I was a busy 9-year-old. It's not really physically possible, guys, but go for it. You know, talk about ageism. Yeah, I was like, what? I've got 11-year. Forget about the 11-year. A 9-year-old? I've got to be 10. Yeah, yeah. So Hollywood's a little funny like that. Anybody else? One more? Yeah.
What was the best seat to act in? What was the worst seat?
The best
Seat.
seat?
Seat.
And you're going to tell me I have an accent? What was the best seat? The best set? God bless you. That's so cute. Woolly jumper and jacket potato. Love it. The best set on Babylon 5 was, I liked the Zocalo bar. It was kind of cool. It was big and high ceilings and everything. A lot of the stuff was put in afterwards, like the Zen Garden was all CGI. So CNC was kind of cool, but you know, most of it was blank walls put in afterwards, space.
What about White Star?
The White Star was actually pretty cool. It wasn't bad. The worst one was the Star Furies, because you were locked into these tiny little things in these giant Michelin men's suits, and the helmets had to have fans in them because they would fog up, and then you have to turn the fan off when you said your dialogue and then turn it back on so that you wouldn't fog up, because if a fan saw fog in space in your helmet, they'd be like, excuse me. Yeah, so it was constantly wiping down the inside of it and trying to, and that kind of dialogue was so hard to shoot, to learn, because it was just little snippets of technobabble. So I always pulled what I called the Orson Welles School of Acting. I would put my lines all over the place in the Star Fury, so I'd kind of look up there and catch a line and look up there, because they put the fan going and the helmet on and the Michelin Man suit and you're tied in. Horrible. That was very uncomfortable. And the first year uniforms were really uncomfortable too. Very thick wool. We shot in Southern California with no air conditioning on a set that was an Orange Bang factory, which is a soda can factory. It was, you know, it was like 110 degrees and you're wearing a wool suit. It's not nice.
So what were the black ones made of?
The black ones were gabardine. Wool gabardine, but much thinner. Much thinner, much more comfortable and breathable. Yeah. Yes. Did I ever get the hang of what? Mimbari beds. No. That was just torture. I think they were thinking of ways to screw the actors. Yeah, let's give them an upside down bed to get comfortable on. You know, yeah, those were funny. And the fighting wands, and my little thing always fell off because they didn't want to glue it to my hand like they glued the men's links on. So they always did double stick tape, but if I'd be in the middle of something, it would just fly off because I was sweating because it was 120 degrees and I'm wearing a wool suit. Like, just get some super glue and stick it on me, or get a magnet and do an implant. I was sick of it because right in the middle of a great take, it would just fly off, you know. It was just a pain in the butt. Yes. Oh, sorry. Back there?
If you were an actor, what would you do instead?
What?
If you were an actor, what would you do instead?
If I wasn't an actress, what would I do instead?
To make money.
To make money? Well, back in my 20s. Could have made a good living. Stop it. Dirty minds, all of you. May I remind you, it's Sunday.
Fun day.
I had dreams of being a journalist when I was a kid, briefly, before the acting bug hit me. As much as I love the idea of doing what my brothers do, one's a scientist, one's a veterinarian, my grandfather was a surgeon, I sucked at school. I was so disinterested. I wanted to be 40 and have a mortgage when I was like 6 years old. I wanted to pay bills and be working and living in my own house. That was my thing, and it was odd. I never wanted to be in college. I never wanted to have frat parties. I never wanted to be in high school. I just didn't like that. I was a very old soul. So I think I probably would have, you know, writing, anything in the arts, really. I mean, I probably would have still stayed in the arts. I like to teach too. I love working with kids, so maybe I would have done something in that regard. But anything that requires a facility for math or science would not have been my career choice. And that's horrible because young ladies should study science. We need scientists desperately, but I just didn't have the facility, the patience and the discipline for it.
In Australia, there's a TV show called Rove, which is a comedy show. I'm going to have to pose the final question that they always have on the show. Who would, they know what I'm going to say. Out of all the celebrities or people, you know, on the TV, who would you turn gay for? Sorry.
Well, Angelina Jolie, duh.
Oh.
I mean, you know, who wouldn't? I think she could turn a gay man straight, you know. Yeah, that's probably, you know. Back in the old days, probably Lauren Bacall when she was doing To Have and Have Not, you know, that kind of, you know, but that's kind of weird because she's now like a grandma and I like her as an actress, so that's really not a good visual. Need a glass of water. Yeah. Yeah, we're wrapping it up right now, yes.
Over the course of your career, is there any really standout favourite jobs you've had?
Yeah, my favorite jobs absolutely were Hexed and The Highlander. And Babylon 5, of course, but The Highlander because I got to use swords and chop off heads and wear leather. Not a fetish, just fun. Chopping off men's heads is always a fetish, but no. And Hexed because I got to do anything I wanted to do and it was just funny. And I love doing comedy. So. Anything that I love doing that didn't, yeah, I mean, I would have loved to do Hourglass, but I'm way too old to do it now. But I mean, that was my ideal series. I love time travel. I love history. Anything like Highlander, time travel-y kind of stuff. That horses, swords, old school. You know, that is my cup of tea. I love doing accents. I love wearing costumes. I'm a Renaissance fair geek. I mean, you know, put me in a battle, and I'm, you know, that's where I'm happiest. So I think that's the kind of stuff I like to do the best. Yes. Last question, folks, and then I'm going to sign for a half an hour, and then I'm going to get the hell out of here. Unfortunately, I'm going to do, I think, a 15-minute photo session. I'll sign for a half an hour. If you have anything that you need me to sign, I'm happy to do it down there. I'm giving away free CDs and stuff, so come by the table until they last and help yourself. It's one of my music CDs, 11 songs. Bill Mumy wrote 3 of them, and 2 bands I worked with. Last question.
If you had fans back in the
Oh, would I fight to become the next companion? Well, yeah, but I mean, who am I going to fight? Show him to me. Is he big? I mean, do I have to get in shape for this fight? Oh, you know what? I think they probably would hire Britt, but I'm just going to put myself in front of their face and at their mercy and say, can I just do 1 episode, please? Yeah. Thank you so much, everybody. It's so lovely to be here again.